Hello, my name is Grcsu, and I'm the Superintendent of the Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union. I'd like to welcome you to the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District Budget Presentation. If you have any questions about our presentation, please contact myself or Louis Malazzo, Grcsu Business Manager. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. If we cannot answer your question, we will direct you to someone who can. On behalf of the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District and the Grcsu, we'd like to express our gratitude for your continued involvement and support of the Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union and our individual school communities. The Grcsu serves 4 school districts: Ira School District, Quarry Valley Unified Union School District, Rutland Town School District, and the Wells Springs Unified Union School District. Our 8 schools include Middletown Springs Elementary School, Poultney Elementary School, Poultney High School, Proctor Elementary School, Proctor Junior Senior High School, Rutland Town School, Wells Village School, and West Rutland School, with a total student population of approximately 1,600 students in grades pre-K through 12. The Grcsu Central Office oversees all aspects of the operation of the schools, including curriculum oversight, professional development, supervision and evaluation, human resources management, policies and procedures, grants, as well as all financial aspects of the schools and districts. The Grcsu Business Office, headed by Mr. Louis Malazzo, is responsible for purchasing, contracted services, payroll, bill payment, developing and monitoring budgets, overseeing all grant money, and working with auditors to make sure our financial practices are sound. Grcsu Student Support Services, which includes special education, is headed by Christine Cam and includes all special education administrators, teachers, paraeducators, psychologists, PT, OT, as well as speech and pre-K coordination. Greg Connors heads the Grcsu's IT department, which is responsible for maintaining all the technology in the schools. Over the past 2.5 years, our Grcsu schools have been operating in an unprecedented time with COVID-19. At the end of the last school year, we were fortunate that we were able to offer in-person graduation and promotion ceremonies that allowed our communities and families to celebrate these milestone events in our students' lives appropriately. In addition, our Grcsu schools provided other traditional end-of-year events for our students in all of our Grcsu schools. The summer months saw our schools offer expanded enrichment programs that allowed our students to re-engage and connect with one another. Our diverse and engagement enrichment programs had a strong emphasis on academic and social-emotional growth while promoting student learning and interest through the acquisition of new skills. Based on the popularity and demand for these programs, our schools will continue offering enrichment programs during the summer of 2022. Information on our summer programming will be available later this spring. As the summer drew to a close, there was a sense of optimism and hope that the 2021-2022 school year would see a return to normalcy. Unfortunately, COVID-19 continues to impact our school's programming at this time. No longer operating under a state of emergency, we saw our Grcsu schools return to 5 days of in-person learning with the Vermont Agency of Education, Vermont Department of Health, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and American Association of Pediatrics mitigation measures in place. Through the fall, the impact mandatory quarantines had on our families and our students' learning and attendance was significant. In order to lessen the impact felt by positive COVID cases in our communities, we are excited to be able to offer the new Test to Stay program that allows students who have been identified as close contacts due to a school-based exposure to antigen tests at school each morning for 7 days. Students who tested negative and remained symptom-free were able to continue to participate in their classes and building-based educational programs. We have already seen this program have a strong positive impact on school attendance. In addition, thanks to federal funding received through the Seamless Summer Program, our Grcsu schools were able to continue to provide free breakfast and lunch for all families over the course of this year. While this school year has presented us with another set of unique challenges for our staff and community members to overcome, it has been a joy to see all of our students back in school and learning. We also have been impressed with the resiliency and positive attitudes of our students this past year. Lastly, we have been extremely proud of the hard work and dedication of our Grcsu staff as they continue to provide all of our students with access to a high-quality education. Last spring, the Vermont Agency of Education required school systems to develop recovery plans to address the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on 3 areas: student engagement and truancy, social emotional health and well-being, and academic success. These plans are supported through the federal grant program, ESSER, dedicated to pandemic recovery. Our recovery plan task forces have been meeting since last spring to develop action plans, initiate programs, and share resources to support all Grcsu students. While COVID-19 continues to impact student learning on an ongoing basis, we are already deeply engaged in developing and refining the interventions and supports that will help our students to achieve academic and personal success as we transition from pandemic to endemic over time. For more information on the GRCSU recovery plans, please visit our GRCSU website, www.grcsu.org, and click on the link entitled Reopening Plan and Recovery Plan. While the majority of our work over the past 10 months has been centered on COVID-19 and on our students' social, emotional, and academic well-being, we also have begun the process of developing a GRCSU Portrait of a Graduate and strategic plan that will engage all stakeholders, staff, students, parents, and community members, in setting a vision for the future of the GRCSU. This vision will be informed by diverse perspectives, responsive to our learners' needs, and inspire both ownership and action. A Portrait of a Graduate is a collective vision that articulates our community's aspirations for all of our students. The Portrait of a Graduate, once approved, will serve as our North Star in developing the GRCSU's strategic plan. At the conclusion of this visioning process, approximately June of 2022, the GRCSU strategic plan will result in all GRCSU learners having access to equitable, high-quality learning experiences that provide for the acquisition of rigorous academic content and are intentional about fostering critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, and other 21st century skills our learners need to thrive in this complex and rapidly changing world. Once the Portrait of a Graduate strategic plan have been approved by the GRCSU board, copies will be made available to the public, and this information will be posted on our GRCSU website. In addition to the work outlined above, the GRCSU is interested in collaborating with our stakeholders to improve the quality of our schools so that each of our students has access to a high-quality education that ultimately prepares them for whichever path they choose in life. If you are interested in hearing more about this work or in taking a more active role in this process, please attend a Quarry Valley School Board meeting or reach out to your local building principal. We would like to thank our board members for all their hard work, not just on the budgets, but throughout the entire year. They are truly committed to being fiscally responsible while also doing what is right for our children, a delicate balancing act. The Quarry Valley Unified Union School District comprises the following schools: Poultney Elementary School, Poultney High School, Proctor Elementary School, Proctor Junior Senior High School, and West Rutland School. These schools serve over 1,100 students, grades pre-K through 12. Our Quarry Valley schools are widely known for their academic and athletic excellence. The Quarry Valley School Board includes 3 members each from the towns of Proctor and West Rutland, while the town of Poultney has 4 members on the board. Ms. Lisa Meiser currently serves as the chairperson of the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District Board, as well as the GRCSU Board. Each year, the Quarry Valley School Board establishes a set of board goals for the academic year. This past year, the board established the following goals: encourage and support collaborative activities between the schools and towns of the Quarry Valley Unified Union School District, including art, music, academic, enrichment, athletics. Build Quarry Valley culture within our communities. Create a 5-year plan for facilities improvement and capital outlay. In addition to the board goals, the Quarry Valley Board also oversees the continued unification of our Quarry Valley schools. Over the past year, we have seen the following: increased course offerings for our Quarry Valley students through shared programming via distance/remote learning across our 7 through 12 schools, an increase in the number of independent study courses being offered in our Quarry Valley schools, shared and collaborative professional learning for all Quarry Valley staff members, and the formation of a Quarry Valley Unified Sports Program in addition to a Quarry Valley Bass Fishing Team and a Quarry Valley Track and Field Team. Lastly, I'd like to thank the communities of Poultney, Proctor, and West Rutland for their continued support of our schools. We greatly appreciate all that you do for our students and staff members. Please remember to vote on Town Meeting Day, March 1st, 2022. For more information, visit our website at www.grcsu.org or call 802-775-4342 or email us at your convenience. I would now like to turn the presentation over to Louis Malazzo, GRCSU Business Manager. Thank you.
Hello, this is Louis Malazzo. I am the Business Manager for the Greater Rutland County Supervisory Union. On behalf of the Quarry Valley School Board, I will be reviewing the FY2023 school district budget. In addition to the annual inflationary increases in staff salary and benefits, there are 2 other main factors that are impacting the Quarry Valley expense budget for FY23. First, due to the implementation of Acts 173, Quarry Valley is seeing an increase in special ed assessment of approximately $53,000. This is Quarry Valley's allocation of the total supervisory union increase of $200,000 due to the implementation of this new law. The second factor, which is resulting in an increase in expense, is due to an increase in Stafford tuition rates, as well as a rise in the number of students attending. This year, Quarry Valley made its last payment on one of its long-term bonds, which will result in a decrease of annual debt payments of $189,000, which is offsetting some of the increases previously stated. Based on these factors, Quarry Valley is proposing an expense budget of $19,096,030, which is an increase of 3.67% over last year. Quarry Valley is also seeing a significant increase in revenue for FY2023, which will help offset the increase in expense and lower the amount that needs to be raised in property taxes. The increase in revenue is a result of a rise in out-of-district tuition students attending Quarry Valley high schools, increasing Quarry Valley's tuition revenue by approximately $250,000. Also helping to lower education spending is a large surplus that Quarry Valley had at the end of FY21. Based on approval that was given by the taxpayers last March, Quarry Valley will be moving portions of that surplus to a capital maintenance and athletic reserve fund. The remaining surplus of $417,000 will be used as a revenue to help lower FY23 taxes. The total amount that needs to be raised in property taxes, also referred to as education spending, after these two increases in revenue is $17,261,885, an increase of 1.22% over last year. Education spending per pupil, which is a calculation of education spending divided by equalized pupils, is up by 1.85% at $16,870 due to a small drop in equalized pupils from last year. After calculation of total expense, education spending, and spending per pupil is completed, the next step in the calculation of the district tax rate is to divide our spending per pupil by the Vermont property yield. The yield is set each year by the Vermont legislators, and typically this is done after town meeting day. Based on the Vermont Tax Commissioner's December 1st letter, the Vermont Education Fund currently has a surplus of $90 million. It is not expected that this full surplus will be used to offset property taxes. Vermont AOE guidance is that we should use a yield of $12,937 in estimating our tax rates. This is a 14% increase over the current yield and will have a significant impact on lowering local property taxes. Using the estimated yield of $12,937, Quarry Valley's estimated equalized tax rate will be $1.30, which is a 14-cent decrease from last year and approximately 10%. The final step in the calculation of the tax rate is to apply each town's common level of appraisal adjustment, or CLA. The CLA compares the fair market value of your home to the assessed value of your home. As fair market value increases above assessed value, the CLA drops, increasing your tax rate. Due to rising home prices across the state, all Quarry Valley towns are seeing decreases in their CLA. Poultney is experiencing the smallest decrease, with a drop of 1.62% to 95.92. Proctor CLA dropped by 4.63% to 95.25, and West Rutland CLA decreased by 4.98% to 100.38. After applying the CLA adjustments to each town, the estimated tax rate will be $1.36 for Poultney, a 12.1% decrease, $1.37 for Proctor, which is a decrease of 7.7 cents, and $1.30 for West Rutland, a decrease of 6.8 cents. More detailed information on the Quarry Valley budget can be found in our annual booklets, which are available in Poultney, Proctor, and West Rutland schools, libraries, and post office, or at www.grcsu.org. Thank you for your support of the Quarry Valley budgets.
Hello, my name is Christy Clutie, and I'm the principal of Proctor Elementary School. I am honored to serve in my 10th year as the principal of the school. We have a current enrollment of 138 students pre-K through grade 6. We have been faced with many challenges, along with everyone in the world, over the past 2 years. We still have managed to be very successful and continue with our great work. The faculty and staff continue to strive to build a positive school climate so that our students are successful academically, socially, and emotionally. In the area of literacy, teachers are working diligently to align our curriculum. We are creating writing units to work alongside with the reading units that we've done in the past. Teachers have the opportunity to work with some consultants to ask questions and receive feedback on their instructional practices. In the area of mathematics, we believe that everyone can learn math. We encourage productive struggle, talking about math, and taking risks. We all learn from our mistakes. A new intervention model was enacted this year across all grade levels. Interventionists and coaches are available to work with students in small groups or individually on literacy and math skills. During this flex time, the classroom teacher and special educators can also work with students. The flex time allows students to get additional instruction and practice time while not missing any core concepts. Groups are very fluid, and this model gives all students access based on their individual needs. In the area of physical education and health, we are off to a fantastic start this year. We began the year with cooperative games that featured a number of new and fun games that give students an opportunity of practicing working together and increasing their pro-social skills that includes sharing and kindness. All of our classrooms are fully furnished with technology. We have been working to provide students with a strong technological foundation and have been able to support students through the pandemic. Teacher plans for all lessons through our Google Classroom, and this is shared with students and families. Our music program has taken off this year. We have 67 students in grades 3 through 6 participating in 5 different ensembles. The ensembles include 2 handbell choirs, 2 choruses, advanced band, and also band lessons. The music program has 36 students taking instruments. We are continuing to work with our PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. This has been a practice we've used for the past 8 years, focusing on treating others with dignity and respect. I am very happy to say that we are continuing to provide an after-school and summer tapestry program to support students both academically and socially. This support works with students after school and in the summer to improve instructional practices as well as providing some enrichment opportunities. We are very thankful to have this program offered to our students here. Finally, I would like to thank our community, our custodians, school nurses, administrative assistants, community supporters, and families. Each year, I am very blessed to say that we have an active community in our schools. We have an active group for the PTO, the Four Winds Science Volunteers, and also our Mortimer Proctor Trust. Without these additional opportunities, we would not be able to provide the students with enriching, supportive, academic rigor that we are able to do. In closing, I would like to thank everybody again for your support, and always please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you.
Hello, Jennifer McElmore here, principal of Proctor Junior Senior High School. I'm excited to share some of the things we have going on over the past year here at Proctor. I'm honored to be sharing this report as my first year principal at Proctor. Proctor is such an amazing, close-knit community, very much like a family, and we're really all here for the students. For teacher development, our teachers have been engaging in professional development with Partnership for Literacy and Learning. We've been looking at how we integrate literacy 7 through 12 with our practices in writing and reading. We still are carrying on our Drop Everything and Read initiative, where students are focused on reading for 15 minutes a day. For the first semester, the students choose their own books, and then for the second semester, we all engage in a similar reading and then have discussion questions each week. In math, we expanded our 7th and 8th grade classes from semester to full year. We are hoping to target some of the foundational skills that are needed to be successful at 9 through 12, and really focusing on bringing up all of our students so that they're ready to engage in the algebra, geometry, and other courses at the high school. We continue to get back to some normalcy here. We've had some field trips, theater productions, concerts, and a lot of things that were happening in schools prior to COVID, trying to integrate them back into our year this year in a safe and consistent manner. We also continue to work on Quarry Valley unification. We've been able to develop a common schedule, shared classes, and expand our academic alignment with both West Rutland and Poultney. That work will continue on for the next few years until we are fully aligned. We also have some amazing athletic highlights this year with a repeat back-to-back Division IV championship in Lady Phantom basketball. We also had our men's team repeat with a back-to-back D4 championship over West Rutland, where Connor McKeeran joined the 1,000 point club early that last year. Our Lady Phantoms were able to go undefeated this fall and win their third straight championship at Applejack Field. And then lastly, as part of our Quarry Valley fishing team, we had students that won the championship in bass fishing. I'd like to take a minute to thank some people that really make it possible for Proctor to do all the amazing things that we have going. The Mortimer Proctor Fund, the parents and community, the town of Proctor, and the athletic boosters all help us be as successful and supportive as students as possible. Thank you.
Good day, everybody. This is Principal Jay Slanker of the West Rutland School, here to present my annual report for 2022. I want to thank all of the taxpayers of West Rutland and of Quarry Valley for their continued support of our school and of our district. I want to also congratulate our class of 2021. They were a wonderful group of young students, and we wish them the best of luck, and we look forward to graduation this year for the class of 2022. As one of the last remaining K-12 schools in the state, we're very much proud of this tradition. We actually are pre-K to 12, and we feel that this is one of the best ways to educate children. This year, West Rutland has three major goals tied to our continuous improvement plan. One is our continued improvement and refinement of our multi-tiered system of support, otherwise called the MTSS. And this is a way of making sure that students essentially don't fall between the cracks and giving them the intervention that they need as early as possible. We also have been continuing to refine our K-6 special education offerings. Last year, we worked on grades 7 through 12. This year, we added a number of new classes for our neediest students in life skills, art, and PE. We also spend a lot of time, both as a school and as a Quarry Valley district, working on our use of data. I meet every other week with our data team, and the teachers meet once a month to review their classroom data, both academic and social. And this is a way of making sure that what we're doing in the classroom, does this transfer to seeing student growth and improvement? And do we have the data to back it up? West Rutland also has a number of very talented high school students. 41% of our students are taking advanced placement, are involved in dual enrollment. We also have 2 students in the class of 2022 that are actually graduating a year early because of the offerings that we have here at West Rutland. And we have 16 students over at Stafford Technical Center. All of these offerings that we have allow a small school like West Rutland and other Quarry Valley schools to stay viable. That a student does not need to go to a large school to have a quality education. So hats off for all the work that we have been doing here at Quarry Valley and at West Rutland School. Our art department and our music department continue to amaze me. They've done a wonderful job navigating the COVID restrictions, and to hear artwork or to hear music and artwork on the hallways is wonderful to see. And our sports program, for the first time in 5 years, we had baseball again at West Rutland, and that was great to see. The boys were excited. It was a great pairing with our softball team, which went deep into the playoffs, and our track team, which ended up crowning 3 state champions, individual state champions. Not bad for a school without a track. The Quarry Valley bass fishing team also did a great job. They walked away with a state championship up at South Hero, and we could not be prouder of that Quarry Valley offering for bass fishing. We've done a tremendous amount of work here at West Rutland. We're very, very proud of the work that we do. We've spent a lot of time also on our infrastructure, making sure that our building is warm, is safe, has the technology that it needs, and also is kept in a very high quality, making sure that we have the walls painted, the floors are clean, and make it a warm and welcoming place. So I do want to thank everyone for their continued support of both Quarry Valley and the West Rutland School. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Kristen Caligieri, and I'm very proud to be the principal of Poultney Elementary School for the past 15 years. During this time, we have seen a steady increase in enrollment and are currently serving 244 students. Our school provides education to students in grades pre-K through 6th and has worked collaboratively to strengthen our curriculum in literacy and mathematics. Teachers are skilled in analyzing data to align classroom practices and assessments, and even during the pandemic, continue to provide students consistent learning opportunities through the use of Google Classroom and other online learning platforms. We're committed to ensuring a safe learning environment and continue to review and revise our emergency preparedness plan with consultants and local agencies. Poultney Elementary School is extremely fortunate to have resources that support our commitment to educating the whole child. We have licensed clinicians and behaviorists to provide social, emotional, and behavioral supports and are able to provide wraparound services within the school setting. This past year, we were fortunate to receive a $10,000 grant that was used to purchase a social emotional learning curriculum called 7 Mindsets. This program has monthly themes and activities that support children in having a growth mindset and foster empathy and resiliency. Poultney Elementary is recognized by the state of Vermont as being a PBIS school. PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. PBIS schools teach children strategies and encourage them to be responsible for their behaviors by following school-wide expectations. An important component of our school's implementation is the school-wide behavior system that recognizes students for being stars and having the characteristics of being safe, trustworthy, accepting, and respectful across all school settings. Star students and staff are selected monthly and celebrated with a visit from Cosmo, our new star mascot. As COVID restrictions lessen, we hope to get back to having star assemblies, which are all planned, organized, and led by student leaders. Poultney Elementary School students participate in programs such as Starbase and Trout in the Classroom, as well as Vermont History Day, where students create their own projects to be presented to a panel of judges from around the state. Through our partnership with Slate Valley Trails, we were given a fleet of 25 bikes and helmets that students use during physical education classes. Other activities that address health and wellness are things such as walk, bike, and roll to school, and participating in the fresh fruit and vegetable program, as well as having soccer and basketball for students in grades 3 through 6. Our school partakes in community service projects such as Pennies for Patients and Change Makers, in addition to sorting and packing food for families in need. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Poultney Rotary Club and the Poultney Women's Club for their ongoing support and proof that it really does take a village to raise a child. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the community at large for all of their kindness throughout these challenging times. Last but certainly not least, I need to recognize the students for their positive attitudes and the faculty and staff for going above and beyond to make sure each and every child is getting what they need to learn and grow in a safe and caring environment. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joe DeBonis, and I'm in my 7th year as a proud principal at Polteny High School. There have been a lot of changes here at the high school over the past few years, most notably our change over to proficiency-based grading. At Polteny High School, we're proud of our tradition of accelerating in the arts, academics, and athletics. We encourage student choice, which means our students have a voice in their learning. Students are able to choose their classes according to their interest, and we are able to have a wide variety of electives for our students to choose from. Students also have the option of taking independent studies with specific teachers. Students who have an interest in that subject area would like to learn more about that subject or something more specific in that subject, meet with a teacher, set up a plan of studies, and work independently under the direction of that teacher. Polteny High School also has dual enrollment classes in which our students stay here in our building and take classes with our high school teachers, but get college credit through CCV. This year, our classes include statistics and ceramics. We also offer early college for our seniors. This year, we have several seniors who are taking advantage of this and spending their senior year at Castleton University, taking college classes, learning what campus life is like, but also being able to participate in their high school activities and graduate with their class. These students are receiving full college credit for their senior year. We also offer virtual high school, which is an extended curriculum for our students. These are online courses taught by teachers, including one from Polteny High School with weekly deadlines. This also allows us to expand our selection of electives for our students. Of course, we also have many of our upperclassmen attend Stafford Tech Center. Much like the early college, these students spend the year at Stafford in their chosen programs, learning their skills, but there are also Polteny High School students who are able to participate in extracurricular activities here. We're also blessed to have a dual certified language teacher who can teach both French and Spanish, as we offer both languages to our students. One of the other offerings that we have here as well with student choice is personal fitness. Instead of a traditional PE class, students determine their own fitness plan, coordinate with our PE teacher, and use our wellness centers to reach their goal. Our students here are very community-based, and for the size of our school, I feel that we offer plenty of activities compared to other schools our size. Here at Polteny High School, we encourage our students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. We have numerous hours of community service performed for our students, and we always encourage them to give back to the community. We've also had students win awards in state and regional music art competitions, besting students from much larger and sometimes specialized art and music schools. Some of the clubs and activities that we offer include National Honor Society, the Tri-M Music Honor Society, Art Honor Society, Student Council, Model Congress, Rotary Interact, Athletic Council, and Drama. Our students also participate in many athletic teams, including cross country, soccer, cheering, and football in the fall, basketball and cheering in the winter, and softball and baseball in the spring. Our students have also participated in sports that we do not offer here through our member-to-member program, and we have accepted student athletes into Polteny High School under this program as well. Finally, I would like to thank the entire Polteny community for the support of our students and staff, as we are blessed to live in this community where community members are selfless in their time and effort to help our school. I would like to give a special thanks to the Polteny Volunteer Fire Department, the Polteny Rescue Squad, and the Rutland County Sheriff's Department for their continued support for our school and students. They are always there when we ask, and it is much appreciated. Finally, as Polteny, we would like to thank you, the town of Polteny as well, because this is truly a sign of Polteny pride. Thank you.